This story took place almost a decade ago when I was living in the city. The summer was scorching and I felt trapped in the heat and noise. I needed a change, a breath of fresh air away from the crowded streets. I wanted to go to the countryside, wander through the woods, and feel at peace with nature. One warm evening, I got into my small red car, equipped with a map and a little backpack for the night. As the night lights faded in my rear view mirror, I drove through the quiet, winding road, watching the sky turn from dark to light as dawn approached. The countryside was as beautiful as I had imagined, tree full and green, and the sky a brilliant blue as the birds sang from the branches. Suddenly, my car made a strange noise and then stopped. Confused, I tried to restart it, but it was no use. Then it hit me. I'd forgotten to fill up the gas tank. I was in the middle of nowhere, with no gas and no idea where the closest town might be. I glanced at my map, but couldn't find my location, feeling lost and a bit nervous. At that time, I noticed a girl walking down the dusty road toward me. She held a small bouquet of wildflowers, and her dress flowed with each step. She had long, dark hair that shone in the early lights, and her face looked gentle and kind. I got out of the car and approached her, hoping she could help me. "Hi," I said softly, trying not to scare her. "I think I'm lost. I ran out of gas. Do you know where I could find some?" Her bright blue eyes met mine, and she smiled shyly. "I'm not sure," she said, softly, "but come to my village. Maybe someone there can help." I was relieved and decided to follow her. We walked for what felt like a long time, the path winding through fields and groves of trees. I tried looking at my map again, but her village didn't seem to be listed. I thought it must be a tiny, forgotten place. When I arrived, I was surprised by what I saw. The village was like something out of a story. Old houses, small and painted white and black, surrounded by green pastures and gardens. Animals wandered around freely, and everything looked calm and peaceful. We walked to a small cottage, and the girl smiled at me again. "Come in," she said kindly. I followed her into the cozy house, noticing a small fire crackling in the corner. A pot hung above it, filled with some kind of stew that smelled delicious. My stomach growled, and I felt suddenly very hungry. Her parents welcomed me warmly, though their clothes were old-fashioned, unlike anything I'd seen before. They invited me to sit, and the girl's father handed me a cup of drink, rich tea. The taste was strange, stronger than I expected, but I thanked him and took small sips. We talked for a while, and I told them about my car trouble. "I need to find some gas to get back on the road," I explained. The old man looked puzzled. "Gas?" he asked, seeming unfamiliar with the word. "I don't know what that is. Here, we use horses to get around." "Horses?" I thought that was odd. Didn't they have any cars here? But I kept quiet, not wanting to be rude. The people here seemed happy with their way of life. and it felt wrong to question them. As the day went on, I spent time with the girl who told me her name was Anna. We talked, walked through the village gardens, and shared stories. She had a gentle, kind spirit, and I felt an unexpected warmth toward her. Her soft voice, her smile, her delicate gestures, all of it made me feel happy and calm. Later, as the sun began to set, Anna grew quiet. She looked at me with sadness in her eyes. "It's time for you to leave," she said softly. Her face clouded with worry. "Why?" I asked, confused. "I want to stay here. I'd like to be with you." Her gaze dropped to the ground. "You can't stay. This place, it's different. You have to leave before morning." Her words puzzled me, but I respected her wish. "I'll go to the nearest town to get gas," I said, "but I'll come back for you, Anna." She just looked at me with sadness, a look that stayed with me long after I left her home. She walked me to the door, and we said goodbye. I wanted to tell her how much I felt for her, but she only gave me a faint smile and closed the door behind her. The night was dark as I walked down the road, and it took me hours to find my way to the next town. I was exhausted by the time I found a gas station. After filling up, I asked the man behind the counter if he knew of Anna's village. The man gave me a strange look. "Village?" he repeated. "There hasn't been a village around here for hundreds of years, but there are stories." "What stories?" I asked, feeling a chill run down my spine. "They say," he replied slowly, "that there used to be a village in those hills, but it was destroyed by a fire a long time ago. People say it appears for one day every 10 years, only to disappear again by morning." My heart pounded. Could it be true? Was Anna's village one of those mysterious places that live only in tales? I remembered her sad smile, her warnings to leave before dawn. It all made sense now, though it felt impossible. I raced back to the spot where I'd left her, hoping to find the village again. But when I arrived, there was nothing there, only fields of wildflowers and trees. I searched everywhere, calling her name, but there was no response, only silence. I sat down, overwhelmed by sadness, feeling a deep longing I couldn't explain. Anna, with her kind heart and gentle smile, was gone, and I had lost her forever. Yet I held on to the hope that I'd see her again. If the stories were true, I'd only have to wait 10 years until the village reappeared. And so, as the years passed, I waited. I carried her memory with me, her face always clear in my mind. Now, with just a couple of months left until the village's rumored return, I am ready to go back. And this time, if I find Anna again, I won't leave before dawn. I'll stay with her, no matter what. This experience left a lasting mark on me, blending mystery and love into an unforgettable memory. The strange village, the people, and especially Anna, made me see that some connections are timeless, beyond our understanding. Every detail on that day, the flowers, the warm tea, the old houses, has stayed with me, a vivid part of my past that feels as real now as it did then. All I can do is wait for the day when I might see Anna's village again, the one that vanished before dawn. I hold on to the hope that love, even across time, can find its way back, and perhaps, if I'm lucky, I'll reunite with her when that day comes again.